NFL 23.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Complete to number 2. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's 2nd and 8. Fighting to stay upright.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Bills passing game, get him down the field. They've got another first down.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Complete to number 83. 4 yards on the pickup.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Sets up fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3.
Well, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They have the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
He's really been somewhat special to watch this season and brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got the work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. They're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. They're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
This is caught.
And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks. So the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop him. They knew they had to meet him with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Touchdown, Bills! A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sherman. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So here are the Bills to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here on these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throws right side, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force them into a field goal attempt.
On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
What's interesting, when we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, This coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
2nd and 4. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board.
And this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo. 64 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan comes
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And that
they'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
hands it off out of the gun.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down, Cleveland.
They'll try and run right on the option. A beautiful fake.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Wolf.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A gain of 13 yards.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive goes 8 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, a nice spin. Call it a gain of a yard. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2nd and 11. Over the middle, complete. That's Wolf. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here from 28 yards out.
And this one is right through, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get him at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2nd and 3. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 80 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Dancing to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Browns set to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably Not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Sherman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Sherman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The offense on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it, yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man complete. That's Wolf.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Second and 5. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Looking to throw.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll drop to throw.
Under a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Buffalo, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town.